It's your boy Jimmy. Jimmy.
Now what's worth doing is worth doing for money.
Straight from y'all street to Wall Street.
Anybody tells you money's the root of all evil doesn't make up happen.
Dudes wake up, hope their girl turned on so they can get a little bit. Only woman in the morning, I wanna turn on this Becky quick. While the average man looking at this sad like she fine as it. I'm over here looking at tails and whips like 5'6". I left the mayhem for the market. Now I don't want a dope spot, I want a stock pick. I know that booty got dry, triggered my stop losses, but I ain't got time for your wop. My V-wops crossing. Rich with hot V's from pushing hot strategy and plans to make grand. Still in my wife beater, Batman pajamas, house slides, and about 5 hot picks for the day. Cause I like the way the Dow bounces. 4 hot dips on call, so I got options. 2 with a lot of volume, 1 with a double bottle. Now I know dumb money don't understand. Am I talking about my trade or just thinking with my MACD? You see, we different in the way we move. You move with kittens and your dog, I move with bears and bulls. I got a green thought, grow with the marijuana. Waking up with the future, some commas. Jump out of bed, big profits. Eat my bacon and eggs, big profits. Light up watching them candles, profits. While I'm still in my sand, making profits. They used to watch me move them packs and stop. Now I watch moves in the NASDAQ. Profits. Used to run from the ATF and them cops. Now I run down ETL, make profits. I jump out of bed, make profits. Eat my bacon and eggs, make profits. Light up watching them candles, profits. While I'm still in my sand, making profits. Yeah. See, me and Jim Cramer been talking mad money. Said today I'm taking a risk. They got the feds coming, but I got support here with me. I call a short squeeze. You get the drop, pull the trigger, and abort these. If she stay on my watch list, I might have to wife her. But I know better. I'm a true trading group lifer. Call up the Wolf of Weed Street. It's time to flip some profits. Go ahead, be hawking. Get your spot here. I'll double top that in the head and shoulders. Hit him up with this resistance. Watch him roll over. Cause I see John Wicks in contract. If I say I make $1 million a day, well, that's a large cap. You moving average, that's why you get crossed. Get split, get delisted, and knocked off. And I'm setting the whole block off. I'm buying GameStop and selling them roadblocks off. Jump out of bed, make profits. Eat my bacon and eggs, make profits. Light up watching them candles, profits. While I'm still in my sand, making profits. They used to watch me move them packs and stop. Now I watch moves in the NASDAQ. Profits. Used to run from the ATF and them cops. Now I run down ETL. Hey, my family. Profits. Hey, go, what we doing, my man? And make profits. Hey, Suge, Mike, what we doing? And make profits. Yo, Wolf, Professor, what we doing? And make profits. That TTG money gang. And making profits. We some snipers.
Hey, yo, what's up, everybody? What's going on, folks? Welcome to the True Trading Group live stream. Happy Friday, and what a week it was. New all-time highs across the board for the overall markets and for your semiconductors. My name is Michael Edward Paranati. I go by Michael Edward. I'm the co-founder and head trader of True Trading Group. And in case you guys didn't know, we were a Benzinga FinTech Awards finalist for Best Data Analysis Tool. And we are also the fastest growing and highest rated premium online educational platform that combines university and professional level trading and investing courses with premium stock market tools, live workshops, and individual mentorship and coaching for stocks, options, crypto, futures. We do day trading, we swing trade. We also cover long-term investing. There's something for everybody here at True Trading Group. We take that university level of curriculum, we combine it with today's top financial tools. Tools that give you more information and give you an edge. Unfortunately, most retail traders don't use them because they're so expensive. We've spent years building relationships with these companies so we can put their products on our platform without you having to pay an extra dollar for them. They're included when you join our community. These tools include Benzinga Pro's real-time newsfeed, congressional trading data, insider trading, a simulator to let you practice with fake money, the Trading View charting software, the Trade Ideas scanner, unusual options activity, options flow, dark pool data, short data, and a whole bunch more I'll talk to you guys about later. Yes, when you join, you get all of our courses. Yes, you get all of our trade alerts, but you guys also get all of these tools. We set you up with everything you need to have the very best chance of becoming successful for one affordable price for the entire year. You also get access to our members, the most educated, helpful, supportive, and successful community of traders that you are ever going to find, not to mention the real-time trade alerts from the moderators and myself that have been able to maintain a cumulative win rate of just around 80% for going roughly the last 4 years in all of our executions. If you're wondering why you should listen to anything that I discuss on this channel, it's because I did not figure this out by sitting in Discord chats or watching YouTube videos. I began my career working at T3 Alpha Fund in New York City. It was my first job out of college. They had me go through a training program before they let me touch $1 of the fund's money. And then 2008 happened, and that was the Great Recession and the stock market crash. It's also the same year that I received one of the firm's Trader of the Year awards. Now you fast forward, and I'm the co-founder and the head trader of True Trading Group, along with my team of 9 professional trading mods and an over 30-person staff. We've helped thousands of members from all over the world reach their goals. We actually have members in 115 different countries. Truly a global community here at True Trading Group. So if you guys are ready to learn trading profit for real, you've come to the right place. 6 nights a week, Sunday through Friday, we go live on this channel where myself and other THD Pro trading mods and special guests will drop golden nuggets and give you free lessons, education, trade ideas, commentary that can help you all become better traders. So if you've not yet done so, make sure you smash that like button and show some love. Subscribe to the channel, turn on your notifications, make sure you guys never miss out on any of these live streams. Nice. I like it. M goes, I'm now a lifetimer. I love TTG. Very good education with TTG, says my boy Glenn. Hope you are all doing well. Guys, it was one hell of a week, man. It was one hell of a week. Obviously, new all-time highs. This uptrend just continues to rock on. This uptrend just continues to rock on after we got Nvidia's earnings. And we talked about yesterday on the live stream about how one company took the entire market, put it on its back, and just carried us to new all-time highs. Just carried us to new all-time highs. And, you know, everybody wants to know, like, hey, how much further are we going to go here? How much higher is this market rally going to take us? You see a lot of insiders that are selling, right? You see a lot of insiders that are selling. You've seen Jeff Bezos selling a whole bunch of Amazon stock. You've seen Mark Zuckerberg. You also saw Jamie Dimon selling JP Morgan stock. And that's got people thinking, wait a second. I've seen this before. 2021, you started seeing people like Mark Zuckerberg, Jeff Bezos, and other people that were selling stock when the markets were rallying back in 2021. And then we all know what happened in 2022. I'm not saying that 2022 is about to repeat itself, but what I am saying is that I do one-on-one mentor sessions with the lifetime members that are part of True Trading Group. We get to, talk about their trading specifically. We talk about their strengths or weaknesses. I dissect their trading. We figure out what they're doing wrong, where they need improvement, what adjustments can we make, and things they can change to improve their results. And sometimes people want to talk about kind of their long-term stuff as well, because like I said, we day trade, we swing trade, and we also talk about long-term investing stuff at True Trading Group. I always tell you guys exactly what I'm doing with my own money. You take that information, do with it whatever you want, but I'm always very open and transparent with my long-term stuff and what I think is going on in the markets and what stocks I like and which ones I dislike, what I own, what I don't own. And, you're getting a lot of these questions of what do I do with a stock like Nvidia? Do I buy it now if I don't own it? If I bought it back in 2020, when I announced on YouTube that we were buying Nvidia, you're up over 1,200%. If you bought back in 2020, even if you bought back in 2022, you're up maybe 500%. So depending on when it is that you bought into that stock, we've been very vocal on how bullish that we are on Nvidia and AMD. Those two stocks specifically are two of my favorite stocks in my long-term portfolio. I'm going to be a shareholder there for a very long time. And those people want to know, well, should I sell? Should I sell that position? And because they're up so much. And there's been this talk lately on social media about comparing Nvidia to Cisco. Let's make a comparison of Nvidia to Cisco. I will show you a chart of Cisco. The reason why people are making this comparison is because Cisco experienced a massive, unbelievable rally during the dot-com bubble. You can see here that during the dot-com bubble, when you go back to 1998, Cisco, this is after all the stock splits, right? So factoring in the stock splits, 1998, this was a $9 stock. It went all the way to $80 during the dot-com bubble. And this kind of looks like a a parabolic rise, pretty similar to what you're seeing right now in Nvidia. And Cisco, this is during the dot-com bubble, and it was the age of the internet. And it was, Cisco was one of the leaders, and it was thought that the stock was just going to go up forever. Well, the stock gave back the entirety of that move the very following 2 years during the dot-com bubble burst and the recession that followed. And then if you go over throughout time, that stock never recovered. It never recovered back to its all-time high. Even to this day today, the stock is at $49 a share, still nowhere near the $81 all-time high that was put in the year 2000. You go back 24 years, and Cisco is not back to where it was during the dot-com bubble when the stock reached its peak valuation. And you're starting to get some people that are making comparisons to this meteoric rise that you've seen in Cisco. And if you go back to like 1995, you're talking about a $3, $4 stock, and it went all the way to $81. Then you switch things over and you go and you take a look at Nvidia. And this is a really similar looking chart than what I just showed you, right? Isn't this kind of looks pretty much like you just saw in Cisco? And what people are starting to make the comparison is, what if Nvidia is like Cisco? So should I sell Nvidia now so that we avoid what happened? And now I'm going back to a chart of Cisco. Doesn't that kind of look similar? Right? Doesn't this kind of look similar to what so there's your Cisco chart. And then we go back to the Nvidia chart. And people have been making this comparison on social media. Now, what I will say is I do not think that those two are the same. And I do not think that you're going to see Nvidia top out in the next year or two, roll over during some recession, and then never go back to its all-time highs ever again. I don't think that that's going to be the case. The dot-com bubble and what's taking place right now in AI are not the same thing. And we talked about this a little bit on the live stream these last couple of days, and it makes sense to talk about it because semiconductors are at all-time highs. The stock market's at all-time highs. Everything's ripping, and people want to know, what the hell do I do? Do I buy it if I don't own it? Do I sell it if I do? That's the question. Everybody has a dilemma. People that are shareholders don't know if they should sell and take profit. People that don't own it are wondering if they should buy it. And isn't that pretty funny? Isn't that funny when people that don't own it are thinking about buying it and the people that do own it are thinking about selling it? Isn't that kind of strange? But that's what happens when a stock makes as large of a move as you experience in Nvidia. It's the fear of losing. It's the greed of missing out, right? It's the fear of losing money, and it's the greed of missing out on making money that causes people to do that and to think that way. And AI, this evolution in AI is different from the dot-com bubble, because the dot-com bubble, all those tech companies that were on the NASDAQ went down like 75% on the dot-com bubble bursting. And that's because more than half the companies that were on the NASDAQ were completely worthless. They were pre-revenue. They never turned a profit. They were just some company that said, hey, we're going to add, a .com at the end of our name and put out a press release, and the stock's going to go up 400%, but they never actually have a viable and expandable and execution and be able to execute on a business model. So all those companies went bankrupt and they went to zero. And that's why the entire NASDAQ listing, which is where all of those very risky tech stocks were, and those internet stocks went down 75%. Now, today's day and age, you're not going to see the NASDAQ go down 75% because the biggest companies in the world are now traded on the NASDAQ. The NASDAQ back then was just the wild, wild west, and it was all risk, risk, risk. It was all about the Dow back during that time, where all the biggest companies in the world like JP Morgan and Chevron and IBM, and those are the biggest companies in the world at the time. Now, the biggest companies are Apple and Microsoft and Nvidia. Those are your three biggest market cap companies on the U.S. stock exchange. It's Microsoft, Apple, and Nvidia. 3 trillion, 3 trillion, and 2.4 trillion. These are the biggest, most profitable companies in the world. These are not companies that are just putting the word AI in a press release. These are not companies that are not profitable. These are not companies that are pre-revenue. These are not companies that need a tremendous amount of debt in order to finance operations to keep the lights on. These are the best companies in the world. And I believe that AI is going to continue to be a growing part of our everyday life. It is going to add trillions and trillions of dollars to the global economy over the next decade. And do I believe that Nvidia is going to eventually experience a pretty deep pullback? Yes, of course I do. Of course, I think that there's going to people forget that in 2022, Nvidia stock went down 60% in 2022. 60%. It's easy to forget that because now the stock is up 500%. But there will be a period in time where the stock goes down 20%, 25%. Is that time today? Did today is the all-time high put in on Nvidia as a stock put into all-time highs and then reversed later today? I don't know. Is today the top on Nvidia? I don't know. I'm not foolish enough to try to pick the top on Nvidia. But what I will tell you is that there were plenty of times in the past where you could have said to yourself, I'm going to sell Tesla because Tesla made this wild, crazy move. There were plenty of times you could have said, I'm going to sell Apple. I'm going to sell Amazon. I'm going to sell Microsoft because these stocks made wild, crazy, and insane moves where people were up 1,000%. You could have bought Amazon many years ago and been up 1,000% and said, you know what? I'm up 1,000%. God forbid if this ends up being another Cisco, I'm going to sell it. And if you sold it when it was up 1,000%, guess what? You missed out on a couple more thousands of percent. I'm going to own Nvidia for a very long time. I do not believe Nvidia is going to be another Cisco. I think Nvidia is going to continue to grow and is going to become, it already is, one of the most important companies in the world. But I think as the development of AI and the development of technology continues to advance, I think Nvidia is going to become that much more important of a company. And the growth rate will slow down. And that's when the stock will come down. Right now, Nvidia has been experiencing just unimaginable growth over its last several quarters that it's reported. The last 3-4 quarters that it's reported, even more than that. The growth rate has been absolutely insane. And that growth rate is not sustainable. So eventually that growth rate will slow. And that's probably when the stock really starts to experience a pullback. Unless there's, an overall market pullback or if there's some other event. But if they're just trading alone by itself, that's probably what causes the pullback on Nvidia. But then you have to realize that they're not even taking advantage of the Chinese markets. Remember, they're restricted in selling their products into China. They're not allowed to sell specific products into China. So therefore, they're not experiencing the growth with regards to their data center revenue in China. It was actually a huge, issue for them in their earnings report, basically saying that their earnings would have been even better if they were actually able to take advantage of data center revenue growth that was over in China, which they're not able to do. But eventually, if that changes, then that's going to be even more growth and even more revenue this company is going to be able to take advantage of coming out of the Chinese markets. They've experienced this type of growth, 700% gain year over year, without being able to take advantage of the Chinese markets. Think about that. So there's a lot more room for this company to grow as AI and technology advances. So listen, if you're up 1,000%, does it hurt to take some profit and trim your position? No, it doesn't hurt to do that. I trimmed some of my position, right? But I bought this thing back in 2020. I bought this thing again in 2022. I've owned this since 2018. I bought again in 2019. This has been a position I've been building over the last several years. And my goodness, I am glad and happy that I did because it's up thousands of percent. So taking some profit and trimming it is not a bad idea. Nobody ever went broke taking profit. But what I do think, in my opinion, is a bad idea is trying to time this thing perfectly to where you're going to now sell it, let it pull back, then buy it again. Because people did that when this thing went to 450. People sold it and they said, oh, when it goes back to 300, I'll buy it back. Well, guess what? And it never went back to 300. Instead, it went to 800 and you missed out on a 100% gain from selling it at 400 when it's now at 800. When there's a stock that there's a company that you really, really like, own it. Own it. And own it in the ups and own it in the downs and buy more in the downs. Every person that owns Nvidia should be praying to God that this stock drops 20, 30% so that they can buy more. Because if you like the company and you believe it, be a shareholder. That's how people generated unbelievable amounts of wealth by owning Apple, Amazon, Meta, Alphabet, Microsoft. That's how people generated an enormous amount of wealth over the last 20 years. Now, you're not going to get a 5,000% gain from here in Nvidia. You're not going to get a 5,000% gain here from Apple. But you don't need a 5,000% gain for it to be worth it. There's a lot of other companies and other stocks out there that haven't really even made those moves yet. There's a lot of other stocks that I really like Snowflake is another company that I really like that I think is a very bright future. That stock has not started to really make its run and make its rally and hasn't really grown into what I think is its potential. That's another stock that I'm a shareholder of and something that I think is going to do well over the last, many, many years. So this is what investing really is all about. It's about keeping your cool and keeping a level head when markets are crashing. And it's about keeping your cool and keeping a level head when markets are rallying, instead of panicking when markets are crashing and panicking when markets are rallying. Just remember, it's never as bad as it seems, and it's never as good as it seems. So that's that, folks, just a reminder, make sure you guys set your reminders for Sunday, because Sunday at 8:30 p.m. Eastern, you guys know I'm going to be going live on this channel like I always do, and I'm going to give you guys my top trade ideas for the week. It's going to be a big week coming up next week. And we got I think we're going to have some really great trading opportunities in a lot of these semiconductors and in a lot of these tech names. The volatility is amazing. The opportunities out there are insane. You've had some of the best trading that I've ever seen take place in the last couple of months. Like this rally that we've seen these last couple of months in the markets and the semiconductors, it's been one of the most impressive rallies and one of the most impressive periods of trading by the moderators in True Trading. Remember, there's 9 professional traders with you inside of TTD, calling out their trades and their executions, answering questions. We're sharing our screen with you. We're with you guys for the whole day. You got the mobile app, so if you're not in front of your computer, you can still get the real-time push notifications when our orders execute directly to your phone in real time. But this has been some of the greatest trading I've seen from the moderators and some of the greatest trading that I've seen from members also. A lot of members have had their biggest days, their biggest months, and their biggest individual trades that they've ever had during this rally. And the people that have been sitting on the sidelines have been missing out. And I feel like people think that maybe it's just like a sales tactic when I say that I think it's the greatest trading environment that I've ever seen in my entire life. It really actually is. Not just because obviously the market's at all-time highs now, but the volatility that's out there and the size of the moves that these stocks are making provide tremendous money-making opportunities literally on a daily basis. And anyone that's been trading for longer than just these last couple of post-COVID years, anyone that's been trading longer than that knows that never used to be the case. You go back to like 2015, 2016. It was tough. Sometimes there were days where like the market didn't move, stocks didn't move. There was nothing really going on. And it was just kind of like, it was like a drag, and you had to go and find the opportunities in the market. You had to find stocks that are moving. Now, it doesn't matter where you look. Stocks are moving in every different area of this market, every sector, every exchange, whether it's the Dow, the NASDAQ, the S&P, the Russell, tech, financials, energy. No matter what you're looking at, stocks are moving. And this is why members are doing so well. And you shouldn't just take my word for it that members are doing well in this, because what am I going to say? Oh yeah, hey, by the way, I own True Trading Group, and by the way, we suck and all of our members are losing money. Of course, I'm not going to say that. So I get that when I say something like that, you shouldn't just believe me just because I'm just some guy that's sitting here on YouTube. You should believe the actual members themselves when they tell you that they're having success and they're doing well. And I'll prove that to you right now. Members of True Trading Group, do me a favor, guys. If you're on this live stream right now, and you guys are making money, becoming better traders because of True Trading Group, just do me a favor and go ahead and type the number 1 in chat right now. Just go ahead, type the number 1 inside of chat. If you guys are making money and if you guys are becoming better traders. So go ahead and type the number 1 inside chat right now. And anyone that's on this YouTube channel that is not a member, I want you to pay close attention to just how many people that you see type the number 1 on this side of the screen. Look at that. Bruce Sears is up over 200% cumulative just this month alone. That's incredible. That's absolutely incredible. So you guys can see here how many people are actually telling you that they're doing well, they're making money, they're becoming better traders. Right? So don't take my word for it, take their word for it. Listen to them. Chat was printing today. It says pride envy. Chat was printing today. Yes. Yes, it was. Yes, it was. I feel like it always is. I don't know. I feel like, is it just me? Or I feel like, I don't know. Has there ever been a day where it was just like, there was no winning trades like inside of chat? I don't think we've ever had a day. I mean, it's also tough. We have 9 professional traders that are in chat with you. So the chances of us going a whole day without hitting some kind of monster is pretty damn low with the amount and the quality of the traders that we have inside of the platform and inside the community. But it feels like almost every day is just the money gun just going off. It feels like the money gun just going off. Man, Dreamwalker. All right, so I guess you're bearish on Nvidia then. If you said dream on, China's designing their own AI chips. If China was designing their own AI chips, then they wouldn't be upset about not being able to purchase the AI chips that Nvidia has. And Nvidia actually made watered down AI chip version for China, and China was like, "Yeah, we want your good stuff." All right, I'm not gonna. Anywho, let me see now who's on here that's not a member of True Trading Group. You guys are not members of True Trading Group. Go ahead and type the letters TTG. Dreamwalker, go ahead and type TTG because I know you're not a member. Guys, go ahead and type the letters TTG for those of you that are not members of True Trading Group. Again, if you are not a member of True Trading Group, go ahead and type the letters TTG. Let me see how many people we have on here. I just want to know who I'm talking to. We're going to do something new on this live stream. I did this yesterday, a new segment that we are going to be doing here on the YouTube channel sometimes. And we had a lot of fun with it yesterday, and I want to see if we'll maybe do some of that here today again. We got Mandy, we've got Armand, Andrew. You're still here, Armand. You're killing me, man. You're killing me one of these days. So Mandy, Armand, Andrew, welcome. Welcome to the live. Glad you guys are here. Thanks for joining me on a Friday. I know you guys are probably anxious to get your weekend started. But those of you that are typing TG that are not members of True Trading Group, I want to tell you guys something here because we do have, again, we're trying to get our hands on more of these laptops because people do love when we have laptops. I guess everybody loves something free. We got a good relationships with a couple different wholesalers for laptops, and we get them in bulk. We get great pricing on them. They're Windows 11 laptops. It's usually an Acer or Dell laptop. Windows 11 comes in Microsoft 365 for the year. It's a great tool to trade on. It's a great to use it for work, or you can give it to your kid for school. You can sell it on eBay, put the money back in your account, whatever you want to do with it. But it's just a great little extra added incentive for those people that join True Trading Group. But we've been having a hard time getting our hands on like a bulk batch of them. We only had a couple of them yesterday. We were able to get our hands on just a few more. We only have 5 of these laptops, guys. So I'm they are first come, first serve. But what I'm going to do, and I did this yesterday, if anybody wants to join True Trading Group and does not want the free laptop, okay, Joshua, what's up? Lewis, yes, it is. If you do not want a free laptop with your membership, instead, you'd rather pay a cheaper price, I will let you guys do so because we only have a couple of laptops. I'd rather save them for the people that actually want them, or really the people that need them. I want to make sure if you're going to be trading, you're trading on a laptop that's clean, is not going to crash on you and everything when you're trying to trade. So if there is anyone on here that wants a cheaper price but not a laptop, you can send a text message to 1-888-306-8783 right now. If you do not want the laptop, instead, you'd rather a cheaper price. We'll talk to you about what that price is. I'm not going to go over that here now. Go to 1-888-306-8783. Just text that number if you guys want a cheaper price without the laptop. Now, if you would like the free laptop, there are 5 of them. They are first come, first serve. Open up a new web browser. Go to ttgoffer.com. That's ttgoffer.com. As long as you see a laptop in your checkout cart, see that laptop icon? As long as you see that icon in your checkout cart, that's how you know you're going to be getting the laptop. If you don't see it in your checkout cart, that means we've sold out of them. There's only 5. We cover the shipping cost. Remember, we ship anywhere in the world. We have members in 115 countries. I don't care where you live. We'll get you the laptop. Again, it's free. It's on us. Use this coupon code, though. The price of our membership is normally over $2,000 for the year. Use TTG121. You have to manually type that coupon code in yourself, TTG121, click apply code. The price then drops down to $1,017. That is a 54% discount off the normal price. If you don't want the laptop, you can text us and pay less than the $1,017. So text us at 1-888-306-8783 if you would like to know what's the cheaper price without the free laptop. If you would like the free laptop, you go right to ttgoffer.com, enter the coupon code TTG121. The price drops down to $1,017 for the whole year. Check out, you're good to go. Now, what do you get for the $1,017? Great question. Do you just get to listen to me talk in my trade alerts? No. Every single thing that you see on that page, ttgoffer.com, is included when you join True Trading Group. Whether you take the laptop or not, everything on that page is included. There is no upsell or additional cost for anything that you see on that page. This includes our curriculum, which is a simplified and expanded upon version of the training I received working at the fund. There's beginner courses, advanced courses, options, swing trading, trader psychology, crypto, you name it, we've got it, you have access to it. There's the Benzinga Pro real-time news feed with congressional trading data, which if you went to Benzinga directly, that alone would cost you $1,000, never mind everything else that you get with our platform. You're going to get TradingView's premium charting software. That's like $600 a year if you went to them directly. You've got a simulator that lets you practice trading with fake money. The Trade Ideas scanners on our platform for you guys to use. Our proprietary scanner to let you create custom scans, dark pool data, unusual options activity, options flow, short data, analyst ratings, AI trading tools, a trading journal, a social sentiment scanner. All of this is included for the $1,017. If you were to go and pay for those things on your own, you're easily spending $5,000 a year. This is why we are a finalist. We were a finalist for the Benzinga FinTech Awards Best Data Analysis category, because we've been able to bring the best trading and investing tools in the industry all together under one roof for one affordable price for our members. So if you would like the 54% discount with the laptop, go to ttgoffer.com, enter the coupon code TTG121. Yes, Andrew Paul says microcap trading and training, swing trading. Yes. Okay. Yes, we trade everything in True Trading Group. We do small caps, we do mid caps, we do large caps, we do stocks, we do options, we do crypto, we do futures. There is literally something for everybody inside True Trading Group. So Andrew Paul, we do it all, brother. We day trade and we swing trade. Every single day in True Trading Group, there's day trades and swing trades that are being called out by the moderators. Okay. No, Jad Yeet. The only thing we do not trade is Forex. We do not do Forex. Okay. So that's the only thing that we do not trade is Forex. We do not trade Forex. Everything else we do. All right. And again, guys, listen, I know I talk a big game on these live streams too, but we back it up. We back it up with our own money. You see, we're so confident in the platform that we built that we offer a double your money back guarantee to anyone that joins us. So this is how it works. Our double your money back guarantee, the refund policy, it's right there on the checkout page. It's in black and white. Just go read it. It's real. All we ask is that you actually go through our courses, pass the quizzes that are at the end of the courses, and attend one study group. We do study groups every Thursday. I'm asking you to attend one. If you do that and you are unable to make enough winning trades to equal your membership fee, we will give you back double your money. So if you go through all that stuff and you can't make back $1,017 at least one time during your membership, we will give you back $2,034. I'm dead serious. It's right there on the checkout page. Go read it. Now, I can offer you that, not because I really think you need it, considering our refund rate at True Trading Group, it's actually less than 2.5%. Our retention rate is actually 78%. 78% of our members either have become lifetime members of our platform or they've renewed their annual membership. We're 5-star rated on Trustpilot with over 2,500 reviews. And this is why I can offer you guys double your money back without blinking an eye. If our refund rate was like 12%, then I would not be able to offer you guys double your money back. We'd go out of business. And the reality is that True Trading Group is a business. We have over 30 employees. We are a business. We're not a charity. You don't want us to be a charity. You don't want someone to share with you, oh, give me your trade ideas just because you're such a great person. No, you are going to pay for a service. And we are going to provide for you that service with the tools and resources that are on our platform to the very best of our ability with one goal in mind, and that is to help you make money, not just for us to make money, because if our moderators just all made a bunch of money, but that somehow did not translate into members having success, then that means we have an unsuccessful business. We base the entire success of our business on our members' success. We do not advertise hundreds of thousands and millions of dollars a month like some of our competitors do, and on crazy marketing budgets and ads all over the place, all over social media, where everywhere you look, you're bombarded with ads. That is not us. We don't spend money like that on marketing. Our marketing is word of mouth of our over 10,000 members, because our members, when they are successful, they tell their friends, they tell their family, they tell their coworkers, and then they join. And then when they find success, they tell their friends and their family members and their coworkers. Watch this. Guys, do me a favor. Type the number 2 if you have ever recommended True Trading Group to anybody. Just type the number 2 if you've ever recommended TTG to somebody. Go ahead and type the number 2. Again, if you've ever recommended True Trading Group to somebody, type the number 2. Those of you that are not on here, that are not members that are on here, pay attention to how many people. That's our marketing. That's our marketing right there. If our members are successful, they're going to tell other people about it. Simple as that. So again, go to ttgoffer.com, use the coupon code TTG121, click apply code. The price drops down to the $1,017. If you see a laptop in your checkout cart, that's how you know you're getting one. Rather, if you do not want the laptop, rather you want to pay a cheaper price than the $1,017, you can. You just have to send us a text message and say, hey, I don't want the laptop. What's the price? You can text us 1-888-306-8783 right now. All right. So there we have it, folks. All right, folks. Next up on the stream is our new segment. And that new segment is called Grade My Stock. We did this last night. You guys really enjoyed it. It seems like we had a lot of fun. Let me explain Grade My Stock. I'm not a licensed financial advisor. I'm not giving you investment advice. I am simply giving you my opinion on how much I like or dislike a particular stock and the reasons why. So people will give me a ticker symbol. I pull it up on the charts and I grade it on an A, B, or C. A, I love it. B, I like it. C, I don't like it. D or F, I absolutely hate it. So it's a little segment called Grade My Stock. We had a lot of fun last night, and I'm happy to do it again. We do have to welcome Brian. Brian just joined. No laptop. Brian says, no laptop. I'm in. I'm in it to win it, says Brian. Brian, welcome to the TTD family, brother. Everybody welcome Brian, the newest member to the fam. Brian, I wonder if somebody recommended True Trading Group to you. Or if maybe you just found us on your own. But Brian, welcome. Guys, again, if you don't want the laptop, we'll give you a cheaper price than the $1,017. So just if you're interested, just send us a text message, 1-888-306-8783. 306-8783. All right, folks, grade my stock. Let's do it. Go ahead, folks. Start typing ticker symbols in chat. I'll randomly pick one and I'll give you my grading. We got to welcome Wayne. No laptop for Wayne. No laptop for Wayne. Wayne, welcome to the family. No laptop for Wayne. All right, next, let's see. First one I see is Starbucks. Starbucks for me is a B. I like Starbucks. Starbucks for me is a B. You have a really nice support level, looks like around the 90s. So a real nice support level there on the 90s, and then lower than that. But I like Starbucks. I'm giving Starbucks a B. Mitesh wants to know about Walmart. That's WMT. I like Walmart. For me, Walmart's like a B plus, A minus. I like Walmart. I own Walmart. I have no intentions on selling Walmart. You're going to have the stock split is coming up. So we're going to be able to get our hands on a lot more shares of Walmart. I'm happy to own it and still own it. Then we got Broadcom, AVGO. AVGO for me. So this stock for me is an A. I own it. I like it. It actually has one of the best dividend growth percentages in the entire market. They have increased their dividend like 40 quarters in a row or something absurd. But the stock has made a ridiculous move and it's very expensive. So I don't want anything because I'm giving it an A that I'm like, hey, I think it's a great buy right now. I'm not buying the stock right now. I already own it. I like the stock. It's an A for me. I'm going to hold it. I'm going to own it for a while, but I would rather try to buy it on pullbacks rather than getting into it right this moment, and understand that the gradings that I'm giving are longer term gradings. I'm not giving you this grade based on a 1 or 2 day type of a trade. The grade my stock segment that we do here is really for me to, give you guys my outlook, my longer term outlook for the stock and for the company. So Broadcom for me is in fact in A. Bros, I see Bros, Dutch Bros. This is a tougher one for me to give my real thoughts on because I've actually never been to a Dutch Bros. I think I've actually only seen one, maybe. I've never actually been to one. But I know there's a lot of excitement about this company as like a competitor to Starbucks, but I'm going to go with, considering that I don't know all that much about the company and their financials, they are a newly public company. And since I've never been or interacted with a Dutch Bros, I'm going to give this just based on the chart alone. Based on the chart alone, I would give it a B minus, just because it looks like you're kind of double. It looks like the stock's bottomed out. And it looks like this stock can make a move up into like the low to mid 30s. So just from purely, a chart standpoint, I'm going to give this a B. Palo Alto for me is an A. I own Palo Alto in the long-term portfolio. I know the stock just got hit hard after a soft guidance on their earnings, but let's also remember the stock is coming off of a massive rally. And this is a stock that I own, and I'm going to own it for quite a while. The buy zone for me, that is an absolute no-brainer, is if this thing were to ever get like into the 220s or 215, that to me is an absolute no-brainer buy. I told members inside of True Trading Group that if you did not own Palo Alto at all, that a good spot to own it would have been in the low maybe a good spot to like look at it would be in the low 260s. When you had that big earnings drop, you got down to 262. Now it's back to 282. So you are getting a little bit of a bounce off of this level. But I like Palo Alto. It's an A for me. Cybersecurity in general is an A for me. I like Palo Alto. I like CrowdStrike. I like FTNT. I own all three of those stocks. And cybersecurity is something I'm very bullish on for the future. And as technology advances, as AI advances, I just think that companies as well as individuals are going to more and more need cybersecurity service from these companies. So I'm bullish on cybersecurity for the long term. And again, it's Palo Alto, which is PANW. It's CrowdStrike, which is CRWD, and it's Fortinet, which is FTNT. Those are the three that I own. CFLT, Confluent. Don't know a lot about the company itself. Based on chart, I'm going with B-, C+. Not a big fan of what I'm seeing chart-wise, and I'll show you what I'm seeing here. You guys can see this is what used to be a big level of support. That level was broken and violated, and now it's become an area of resistance. You did have this massive gap down, which then gave you this huge reversal. And typically when you see something like this, that is actually a pretty bullish sign. It looks like a flush out, and then now, new hands are coming in. It seems like old shareholders just got too tired. They finally dumped it out on what looks like probably a big earnings disaster. And then new shareholders are coming in as the story now is developing further. So I think maybe it looks like you could have a run up towards 40, but then I don't think this stock is going to be able to get through 40 unless you plan on holding this for like the super long term. But in the near term, couple of months or maybe a year or so, this gets up towards 40, 45, and there's a big resistance level there that I don't think it's able to actually break through. Way to go, Charles. So Charles is a student. Charles says, I just opened up my first brokerage account. I'm getting a TT trial after my midterms. What I will say to you though, Charles, is start on a simulator. Don't worry about opening up a brokerage account and trading with real money. Trade on a simulator. Learn first. Learn first. All right. There's no rush, Charles. Palantir. I'm giving Palantir a B. I like Palantir. What I like is about Palantir is that it's a higher risk type of play for AI that has not made the crazy ridiculous run yet. It's a riskier play than like a Microsoft or an Nvidia or something like that. But I do like Palantir, and Palantir has broken above what was a big level. And here it is. You guys can see this used to be a nice level of support. It broke, and then it was resistance, and now you've cleared that out. See how you've cleared that out? So I think buys back into the low 20s, I think is a good spot to try to be a buyer of PLTR. QYLD. Okay. Let me explain QYLD, native gamer. I want to make sure you understand what this actually is. You do not, and I repeat, you do not necessarily want to own QYLD when the markets are ripping higher. And the reason for that, and you'll see why this really hasn't moved, even though the NASDAQ 100 has gone absolutely bonkers, is because it's a covered call strategy. How covered call strategies work, this is a fund where the fund manager owns the NASDAQ 100 and then sells covered calls against those positions. It's a very high dividend paying ETF or fund, ETF. But it pays a higher dividend when markets are going down, not when it's going up. You're actually better off owning the QYLD or JEPI. JEPI is very, very similar. JEPI is JP Morgan's premium income ETF, which owns the highest quality companies in the S&P 500 and then sells covered calls against them. Very similar to QYLD. It's the exact same strategy, but QYLD owns the NASDAQ 100 instead of the top companies in the S&P. Now, selling a covered call means if the stock does not reach the strike price of the option that they call that. So let's say that if they buy a stock at $100 and they sell the 110 strike call, they sell the 110 strike call for $5 a contract. They collect that premium. They collect that money. They sold the contract to somebody else. If the stock does not get to 110 by the time the option expires, by its expiration date, then that contract becomes worthless. So the money that the fund collected by selling it to somebody, they keep all of it. So then that's where that income comes from for them to issue an 11% dividend. But the problem is when the stocks start to go higher, and let's say it's a 110 strike call and the stock goes to 113, that position gets called away from the fund. So they then have to take the shares they own and have to sell those shares to the individual that bought the contract at 110, even though the stock's at 113. So they lose the position, which means they lose their average cost if they bought the stock at 100. They sell it at 110, even though it's at 113. And now the fund has to buy the stock back. So they buy it back at 113 and they miss that $3. Now, when they do that, you now own the fund owns less shares because they own it now at 113 rather than 100. So the dividend that they collect from actually owning the stock is now smaller. So they're not getting the income from selling the call because it's getting called away from them. So they don't get to keep that premium. Then their positions are smaller because they're buying at higher prices. So they don't get as much of a dividend that's collected from the positions that they buy. That's why as the stock market goes up, the dividend that this ETF will pay you actually goes down. You'd be much better off owning the NASDAQ 100 in a stock market rally than owning a covered call ETF. Covered call ETFs are great when the markets are going sideways. It's the best possible scenario when you're going sideways. It's also really good when markets are going down, because when markets are going down, the covered call strategy protects you by always selling the call option to collect that income. So even though the ETF might go down 10%, it might still be paying you 12% dividend, which nets you a positive 2% return, even though the market is actually maybe down 25%. That's what happened in 2022. In 2022, the S&P went down 35%, but JEPI, which is the JP Morgan premium income, same exact thing as QYLD, but it's S&P 500 versus NASDAQ 100. That only went down like 18%. And when the markets went down like 25%, but it paid an 11.5% dividend. So you had the stock markets completely crashed down 35%. But if you own JEPI, you really only lost like 5%. So like it's really great to own these type of vehicles when markets are crashing or markets are going sideways. When markets are rallying, you're going to underperform. You're not going to necessarily lose money, but you're going to drastically underperform the market. So I want to make sure that you understand that. And with the market ripping and moving higher, I do not like these ETFs. So kind of a long explanation, but it's required to make sure you guys understand what those are. Reggie, my man, good question. Baba. This is such a tough call. And the reason why this is a tough call, guys, is because it's not about, is it a good company? It's about what is the Chinese government going to do? And my friends, I don't have that answer. So the regulation that the Chinese government put on a lot of these companies is what caused these stocks to get absolutely destroyed. Then on top of that, the Chinese economy is in the dumps. So between the Chinese economy being in the dumps and the regulation that the Chinese government really went after these companies with, it really hurt their stocks. It's not because the companies are bad. It's not because their business is flawed. And I can't make an investment decision based on whether or not, or I can't make an investment decision based on what the Chinese government is going to do. So, do I own these stocks? Not directly. I own them indirectly in an emerging markets portfolio with JP Morgan. That also has some Brazil stock exposure, some India exposure, and some Chinese exposure. obviously, if you own these stocks, it's been horrific over the last 3 years. Baba was $300. Now it's 76. It's a good company. So is Baidu, but it's just tough with the Chinese government there. It's for me, it's just it's this. I don't know. I don't know. That's what it is for me. BVPS. I don't even have that as a ticker symbol. Anet, ANET, Anet. Oh wow. Wow. So I don't know enough about Anet's business, but chart looks great. I'll give that a B plus. Buy zones, no question. This thing gets anywhere near 200, in my opinion. It's a scooper up. If it gets anywhere near 200, probably around like 210, 215, it's a scooper up. It's a nice looking chart, but I'm not too familiar with the company itself. So again, as I give you my grade, I want to give you my reasonings behind it. If you know something more about the company's fundamentals, I don't. So I want to make sure that you guys, transparent about that. Oh, this is a REIT. I don't know what type of REIT this is. I'd have to see. There's so many different types of REITs. There's a lot of different type of REITs. I don't know what type of REIT this actually is, so I can't really give you my thoughts on that. And then Deck is Decker's Outdoor. Crazy move for Deck. This stock has gone so insanely crazy. I kind of feel the same about Deck as I do like Broadcom, I guess. Like it's an A, but the stock has made such a huge move that I can't even consider even thinking about buying this. You kind of hope it double tops here at its all-time high and pulls back. For me, I'd say, it's tough, but I would try to be patient and wait for like a pullback into the 600s. I know that sounds like a mile away, but the stock has recently ran a mile. So, for me, I'd say like in here is a great little buy zone on pullbacks, but so I'm giving it an A company wise, but chart wise for me, it's just made a huge move, and I would try to just wait for a pullback. All right, guys, I'll take maybe one or two more, and then we'll break for the weekend. Just go ahead, type away. Long Yankees this season. I don't know. Everybody's so hyped on the Yankees because they got Juan Soto, but their whole lineup sucked last year besides Aaron Judge. So one more bat is not gonna fix it. You need all the rest of those players to get their act together. I think they'll be better than they were last year, but I still don't think they're a World Series contender. I think there's other teams that are better, that are more sound. I think the Rays are better. I think the Orioles are better. I think the Astros are better. I think the Braves are better. I think the Dodgers are better. So I'm not putting them as a World Series favorite, not yet. Now, if they trade for the kid from Miami, then okay, then that's going to be different. Acuna or whatever or the guy from Miami. He's at leadoff with Juan Soto and then Aaron Judge. I like that. That's a whole lot of RBIs there. Lunar? Oh no. Lunar's a C, a D. No, Lunar is not a stock that I'm gonna. Lunar is not a stock that I would own, that I would even consider owning. I know it's like it's in the news. It's like people are talking about it on social media because like the lunar landing, but it's not a company that it's not a company for me that I would ever even consider putting in my long-term portfolio. They successfully landed their mission, and as a reward, their stock goes down 16%. I don't have any intention on adding this company, and I wouldn't even, just for me, this is me personally, I wouldn't even consider it. All right, guys, one more. Carvana. Okay, I'm going to give Carvana a C+. Yeah, I'm going to give him a C+. It was a great quarter for Carvana. They, they were talking about being profitable, which was a real shock. So we'll see if they're able to be consistent with that. There is a big short position on this stock, which is why that's where the plus came from, because there is a big short position on the stock and it could squeeze. So that's why I'm going to give it a C+. I don't understand Carvana. Like, I don't understand how they are able to make money. I have a lot of friends that are in the car business, and I'm not crazy about Carvana as a high growth, sustainable business. And I don't own Carvana. I like to trade Carvana. It's a fun stock to trade, but I don't own it in the long-term portfolio. I have no intention on owning it. I don't think I would ever probably put it in my long-term portfolio. That's just me. And for that reason, I would give it a C. But because of that potential for a short squeeze, we'll give it a little extra shine and give it a C+ for the potential of a short squeeze. All right. All right, folks, that's it. That wraps things up for me. Hope you guys enjoyed the Grade My Stock, new little segment on the stream. Hope you guys enjoyed that. Now, if you are not interested in a membership, you guys can head on off the stream. I'm done with the educational stuff. If you are interested, I'll show you real quick what the platform actually looks like so you guys can see what your money's going to get you. Enjoy your weekend. Set your reminders for 8:30 p.m. Eastern on Sunday evening. Here is our chat room. Our chat room is where the mods and I share our screen. We're live in the mic. We're calling out trades. We're answering questions, providing market commentary. We're with you for the whole day. We're not gone after an hour and you're left to fend for yourself. All right. You also have the mobile app that lets you guys receive the real-time push notifications and listen to chat if you're not in front of your computer. 82% of our members have full-time jobs. They're able to benefit from our platform because of that mobile app. You're going to get 2 private study group sessions with our mods to speed up your learning curve. You got the Benzinga Pro news feed to give you live breaking news alerts. You've got congressional trading data to track trades by Congress. TradingView's premium charting software that you guys are going to be able to use on our platform. The Trade Ideas scanner streams on our platform for you to use. A simulator will let you practice trading with fake money. Our proprietary scanner lets you create custom scans, dark pool data, unusual options activity, options flow, short data, very expensive data you no longer have to pay for when you join True Trading Group. Okay. Yes, Mandy, this price will stay intact until Sunday night. So that $1,017 price point with the free laptop is valid until Sunday at midnight. And then if you don't want the laptop, Mandy, and you'd rather a cheaper price, you can just send a text message to 1-888-306-8783. Mandy, looking forward to having you part of the team. Text us with any questions. Okay. You guys are also going to get a trading journal to track your trading for you, a social sentiment scanner to tell you what's talked about most on social media, analyst ratings on any stock you're interested in. Then you got the watch list from the mods and I, exactly the stocks we're focused on with detailed entry and exit points. And then you've got the courses, a simplified version of what I learned working at the fund, beginner courses, advanced courses, options, swing trading, trader psychology, crypto, you name it, you've got it. You have access to all of it. There's no upsell for those courses. They are included when you join. Now, folks, I can't guarantee you'll be successful just by joining True Trading Group. But what I can guarantee is if you do join, go through our courses, pass our quizzes, attend one study group. You have the whole year to do that. Take your time, go at your own pace. If you're unable to make enough winning trades to equal what you've paid for your membership at least one time during your membership, we'll give you back double what you paid. So you pay $1,017, we'll give you back $2,034. Simple as that. Go to ttgoffer.com, use that code TTG121. If you have any questions or you don't want the laptop and you'd rather have a cheaper price, text us 1-888-306-8783. Thanks for tuning in tonight, folks. Hope you guys enjoyed the stream. Have a wonderful week.